Okay, I'm going to start on my the little burners for the little Blazer engine. Just do something a little different. So that consists of using these adapters. I'm going to turn the OD down and clean up the radius and cut the overall length, and then go to the mill and drill a hole, and then the bases for them, I did the same thing as what I did on the little springs. I plotted it what I wanted full size, and this is some copper. It's actually nickel plated on one side. My father-in-law got them. I don't know where he got them, but he asked me if I wanted them, and he had a whole stack of them. And I says, yeah, I'll take those. I can find a use for them. Well, I double taped the pattern on. I'm going to cut that out, and then I'll solder the pieces together. But before I do that, I'm just going to play a little bit first. I haven't ran this engine here in a long time. I got a few of these here. I made 4 or 5 of them, I think. So I'm going to take and get some alcohol, and we're going to fill up the little tank. It's got a little tank in underneath. It's a ring bomb, and we're going to see if we can't get it to run. I haven't, like I say, I haven't had it running for quite some time. Find my alcohol bottle. Usually, I put alcohol bottle in my in an old eyedropper. You don't want to use it for eye drops. So we'll take and see if we can fill up this little tank in here without spilling it all over. I spilled it already. I'll wipe it up when I'm done. Hopefully I'm getting something in the tank. Jeez. And I'll put a little bit on top of the wick. And then put the cover back on. And then we'll kind of wipe that up so I don't have major flames here. Take a, just take a napkin and wipe that up. Wipe the excess up a little bit here. Don't have things burn up on me. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'll get it. You just use my little torch to light it. I got my torch to light it. Like I say, I haven't had any of these running for a while. I've had my Stirling fans running, but not the ring bombs. Am I zoomed in on it? Right there. You are looking at it, right? Yep. Trying to see my viewfinder over here, and it's off to the side. I was going to say it should start wiggling. It was a little bit stuck. Like I say, I hadn't run for a long time. I should probably get some a little bit of silicone, 3-in-1 silicone oil here, and oil the bushings here. Let's stop it. Whoop! Nice. Everywhere but where I wanted it. Yeah, I got a mess underneath it now. Not hot enough. It takes a while. Sometimes it takes a while for them to warm up. I'm wiping the oil up that I just made a mess with. There she goes. Yeah, she'll hum along now. You don't want to put oil on the displacer or the power piston. See, it's wiggling. I'm thinking about taking these bases off. I got them all on wooden bases, and I'm not really happy with these bases at all. You know, I think I'm going to do this. Use some corian. It's heavier. And put some corian on them. But she's a little chugger. Where's I had some more sitting around. Just got them packed away on shelves here. Oh, there's one up here. Oh, get it off the shelf. See if I can get this one going too. Got a little more alcohol in that bottle yet. I don't know how long they run on the tank. The tank's not very big. The tank's pretty small. Are we seeing the other one? Oh yeah. Plug in. I'm going to put a little dab of oil on the bushings here. Like I say, this has been sitting on the shelf and just as long as that one too. It didn't ran for a long time. The ring bomb engines are actually pretty nice running engines. Usually they'll start rocking by themselves. They've been sitting so long they're a little bit sticky, the displacers. And they'll run either way too. You know, this is running this way now. I don't want to run that way as easy. Normally they'll run either way pretty good. That was running that way. Now it's running the other way. Cool! I don't know, it's been a long time since I built these. It's been at least 4 years. 3 or 4 years ago. Because I got involved with my little demon and I devoted most of my time to that. Boy, this is really cooking compared to that one. Yeah, I'll blow them out and let them coast to a stop here and then get busy and start working on this. Start working on that lamp, torch, whatever you guys feel like calling it. So we'll go over here to the lathe and tip my viewfinder around. I'm going to lower you down, I think. See, looking down on it so much. Okay. Alright, I'll get you situated here. We'll look at the spindle here. What size chuck I got in there? Let's grab one of these and see. Not that one. Oh, it's this one up here. I already got one. Got that part, had a part stuck in it. So we'll take that and I haven't had my lathe running either today, so I want to run it through the. I've gotten into the habit of running the lathe in some of the lower gears before I go and kick it wide open. So I'm going to run it in at 360 for a little bit here. That way it distributes the oil and the transmission of it. I don't know if it's necessary, but it's just a habit that I do. Whether it's a bad habit, good habit, I don't know. But it gets, like I say, it gets the oil around all the gears before you kick it in the ass. That should do. Now let's get this collet in here and make some copper chips here. All right. So how true does that run? Pretty good. I'm going to go for 1,000. That looks good. And we'll grab a tool bit here. Use this one right here. Just a high-speed tool bit. And we want to, I just want to clean this up and clean up the end of it. I can see right now I need to put something in there to keep it, you heard it sing there? It'll chatter. And a lot of times when I'm doing stuff that's hollow like that, I'll either, on the inside, if I'm cutting the inside, I'll wrap tape around it. If I'm cutting on the outside, I just stick something in there to dampen the vibration. And I'm just going to take some napkins here and wad them up. Stick them in there. Just paper napkins. And I just stick it in there halfway tight. That should take care of the singing. And I'll turn my power feed on. See where I'm at. I'm not even cleaning everything up. I want to clean it up all the way around. Yeah, and I want to make it so it'll fit in a collet. I'm looking for my calipers. Oh man, on my computer here. I want to make it so that that's going to fit in a collet for drilling the hole. So around 930, that should fit in the collet. So, and this is outside is right now where it's not cleaning up all the way around though. We're at 960, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take 30 thou, 20, 30. I do like my my power feed here. I can fine tune it to what I want it to go. I definitely like that. Watch what I'm doing here. You'll notice with that paper in there, you didn't hear any singing. No chattering, no. Nice, solid cut. I'm working on my tripod here and get it. Alright. Trying to get you a better shot. Copper cuts kind of ugly for the most part. It not the nicest material to turn or to machine. All right, we're at 940. I want to go 937. So I'm going to go another 8 thou. And I'm going to slow the feed rate down. Put a dab of oil on there. And we'll go across it again. Paper flopping around, it's not hurting nothing. I'm going to back away. I'm going to take and just double check it just to make sure. Okay, 635, that's good enough. Or 935. Now I want to come in and touch the end and face the end off. And then I want to hit the outside with a stone. If I can find a stone laying around. A slip stone. Slip. I've heard them called slips, and I've heard them called stones. And Arkansas stone, oil stone. I just want to get the little burr off of it. Okay, so that's the outside of it. The inside we don't need to mess with that. So now I want to put it in a different collet that size, and it'll be a 15/16. I believe. So yeah, oh yeah, that fits nice into the 15/16. Take that out of there. Yeah, my furnace had to kick in. Make noise. Alright, so stick that in there. Then we're going to turn this and then maybe try to clean up that radius with a big radius tool. I'm going to use a big radius tool. I mean, I'm going to get the collet tight here. Not going to use a sharp corner. I'm going to use a big full radius tool, which means I'm going to slow down too. I'm going to slow the RPM down. Otherwise we'll get chatter no matter what I do with that big a radius. I'm going to take it down to 600. And I'll take my paper in just to help. Stick that in there. Wad it up so that it puts a little bit of pressure on that inside and absorbs some of the chatter. Here we go. Alright, I'm going to take 10 thou and see what it does. I kind of wanted to just try to get that label off of it. There's a label on that fitting. Otherwise, I don't think I even really needed to turn this other than maybe hit it with some emery paper and clean it up. Yeah, we're going to blend into that radius there. Just cranking it out, trying to blend into that radius a little bit. All right, let's see what we got. Label's gone. Didn't quite get this all cleaned up here though, so. Wonder if there's enough material if I can I don't know how thick that material is right there. Maybe I'll just hit it with some emery paper here. That don't look too bad. So now we got to figure out the height of that. We got to cut the overall height, which is supposed to be 1 inch 375 thousandths, and it is at 1 inch 560. Right now it's at 1 inch 560. The other tool back in, and we'll come up and touch. Okay, set my zero here. So that's 460. And then 60. Okay, so we're sitting at 400, so 25. 10, 25. Back out of there. That should be the height. Hit it with a stone again. Okay, now I do want to bore the inside because we're going to have a cap to fit in there. Even though it should be fairly round already, I'm going to bore and clean it up. Get a boring bar here. That one's over here. So I'm going to take a light cut. Push the paper in. We're just touching there. I'm going to go 10. Didn't quite clean up all the way. I'm gonna go another 1/8 thou. That looks pretty good. We're going to call that good. I'm going to hit that with a stone again. The inside diameter got a little bit of a burr. All right. So that's what we're looking at. So now I'm going to take the paper and I'm going to, or the copper plates with the papers on, and I'm going to cut them so that we can solder that on there. Plus I got to drill that hole for the tube at 60 degrees or 30 degrees off vertical. So I'm going to go ahead and set up for the hole over here on my mill. I've already started cutting the copper here, so but I didn't finish it at all. Just kind of rough before I put the paper on. But we're going to put this in a 5C collet holder. Put that in there. Get the collet out of the way. I'll back you up here. Pull the paper out of there. Yeah. Oh, we need to put the scratch mark on here at the height of where that scratch mark or spot of some type to let me know where I'm at. And that is supposed to be 29-30 seconds off. Which would be 900 thou, so 900 thou up. So I'm just going to, this is just a lamp, so, or a torch, or the flame for, so and there's a, I don't know what they use a little dimple mark for, but I'm going to stay in line with that. So I'm just going to hold the calipers there, set it at 900. And I'm just going to put a dot there. That's right where I want the hole. Not real critical. Not real critical at all. So we'll just take it, line it up with one of the flats here. And here, tighten that up. Okay. So now I want to put it at 30 degrees off of vertical, which would be 60 degrees off of horizontal. And I'll use my handy dandy little angle. If you don't have one of these, I would suggest getting one because they are nice. You don't have to dink around and get your protractor out, and you just zero it out, set it on there, and move it around until you get where you want. So I want 60, 162, 61, 60 and a half, 60.05. I think that's close enough. And now we'll put a pointer in to find our spot here. And I got a pointer laying here. As far as centered too, it's not critical, so I am just going to, I'm going to take this and set it back over here. I am just going to eyeball it to center because it's not all that critical. I'm going to go right there. I'm going to call that center right there. It's almost lined up with the dot even. Go to the left just a little bit. Right there. That's where I'm going to drift. That's where I'm going to poke the hole. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a 187 end mill, which I have laying here, and go through there with it. That first. I'm just going to plunge through with an end mill. All right, my arm in the way? No. Now it is. Just going to plunge through, I hope, without throwing things around. So I have bottom cutting end mill. Okay. Now we'll go through with a 1/4 inch. Which I have laying here also. What I used for cutting those plates. This is just bring it up to a 1/4 inch for the tube to fit through. There we go. That should do it. So now we'll flip this down so I can get a wrench on it. Take it back out. There we go. So now I'm going to go ahead and work on the plates here. I got 3 more of these to do, but I want to do the plates so I can get one soldered together. So I'll put this. Where did I lay it? Oh, right over here. First thing I'm going to do is, I got it pretty close to the line here. I'm going to cut it in half here. I'm going to get a smaller end mill and cut this in half. Cut them off to like that. I wonder if I can use this end mill or if I should get a smaller one. Yeah, I'm going to get a smaller one. I'm going to go with a smaller end mill. Less chance of pulling it up and out and making things go bad. Smaller the end mill, less cutting pressure. I'm going to go with one that I have laying here too. It's 9/64. That's an odd size. Just a 4-foot high-speed end mill. Okay, I'm going to bring that down close. And I'm going to crank it out to where it's close to that line. Like right about there. The closer I get to the line, the less sanding I'll have to do, because I'm just going to take and get it close, get this close, and then I'll sand the rest on this sander. So I'm just going to cut it off right there. I'm going to put my end mill down and we're going to buzz across there, I hope, without pulling it out. I don't like that. Just holding it from vibrating up and down. It should be missing it. It should come right up to the line. more close. That's pretty close to the line. Now we'll pull it out and then adjust up to that. Right there. And make sure I'm not gonna hit the part. I can go over a little bit. Right there. And I'm climb cutting too into so that it's, if anything, it's gonna go away from the our finished material. Yeah, that's a little too close. Right there. Right there, that looks good. And we'll go down. Not holding on to it tight. I like my fingers where they're at. Oh, a little end mill like that give me a cut. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest, and then I'm going to do the rest of them the same way, and then I'll stack them up and in there, or I'll probably do them one at a time, because there's nothing saying that these are, although they're pretty dang close to the same. But anyway, I'm gonna mill the side down across there too, getting close to that line, and then all I need to do is take and onto this sander and sand that. So when I get that far, I'll come back. Okay, I've got them all milled out. Now I'm going to set up to mill that along that top line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a 1-inch parallel, 1x1/2 parallel in there, and I'm going to set my part in there. This line is pretty parallel to that, and then I'm going to take another 1.5 inches, drop that down on top, and the line I lucked out. The line is just poking above it. So if I come right down to this parallel, I should be good. So we're going to come over here and we're going to come down, and the other day I rubbed my vise with a cutter, so I'm going to use double paper thickness, and I'm going to lock it. Pull that out. She should be ready to go and buzz across there. I'm going to try to keep it climb cutting and go across that. Cracked it back just to see if I was getting far enough into it that it is. And that's why I don't like copper. It's just kind of a pain in the butt to work with. Unless you had hardened stuff, I suppose would be better. But this stuff is annealed, I'm sure. Well, that's not too bad. Do it again. I will get the rest of these cut like this, and then when I come back to the sanding, I'll come back and show you that process, which is going to be after this, and then we'll cut some tubes and do some soldering. Okay, I'm at the disc sander here, my little disc sander, and we're going to sand the radiuses on here. I'm just going to flip her on and go to town. We're just going to sand right up to the line. It's fairly easy when you got the paper on there like that. You can see. You don't have any white showing between the line and the edge, you got it. One side. You can see it's right up to the line or all the way around. Now we'll go to the other side. Pretty simple. As long as you don't get carried away. You don't have to push real hard on them. Alright, next corner, last corner. Alright, turn that sander off, and I'll peel the paper off, if I can. Sometimes you have to heat them up to get the paper off. Sometimes you can get it to come right off. Okay, I got it. And you can see this stuff is nickel plated on one side and just copper on the other. I'm going to take and deburr that with a file. And we're just going to go around the edges. Copper is kind of a bugger to deburr with a file too. It's too soft. Okay, so that's kind of deburred. And before we solder, we'll have to clean that all up with some emery paper, but that'll get soldered on there, just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other three, and then when I get ready to solder, I'll come back and we'll do some soldering.